with regards to student problems and all of that. Alright? So that's one of the reasons why we have to bring in the seminar today, so that your experiences, those challenges, those problems, you'll be able to tell us, and then we'll be able to learn more, so that we'll be able to provide solution to those problems. One of the reasons. And if we have any other thing or any other personnel or person that want to give a talk, which is not necessarily, the person is not necessarily be an investor, we welcome that too. Very soon we'll be inviting people from the works and services, the engineers, alright, because they are people that we work with, so that they can also come and tell us some of the problems or some of the challenges or some of the observations. But when they come around, they see a lot of things. Some they will not tell us, some they will tell the management. You should come up and tell us some of those things, so that we'll take note of them and then we'll work with them. But these are the people we work with. We can also extend it by inviting the security personnel. We have so many security issues in the hall of residence. So we need them to come and talk to us. So very soon we'll bring in the CSO or any of the staff to come and talk to us. The director of works and services. So we also invite them to come and talk to us. And any other person that we feel that we can learn from them. Alright? No, I will not come and talk to you because I'm a mathematician. I just want to learn the algebra, calculus, and the rest of them. But sometimes I can also come too with the kind of relationship that I've had with the hostel managers. I can come and share my experience, the experiences that I've had in the last 2 months. Someone said that, we can't start off without praying to the Almighty. We want to pray. When we pray, we invite, we must have a chair that will coordinate the seminar. Alright, we invite the chairman of today's seminar series, and then we invite the speaker, and we will start it. I've seen the slides from the speaker. It's not too many, but 15 slides, so we show that we are not going to waste much of our time unless we have questions to ask him. And I'm very sure that he's going to be able to give answers to them. So I almost said that I would want to call the Ajaja, the host. They are the one hosting us. They have always been hosting us, so we want to appreciate you for that. So you will lead us a prayer. Thank you. Right. We are grateful, oh Lord, for all you have done for us. Hallelujah, we are grateful, oh Lord. Father, we are grateful, oh Lord, for all that you have done for us. We say hallelujah. Father, we thank you for this community, the University of Lagos and Togo. We thank you upon ourselves, upon all the children. We thank God for all our own personal children too. That God, we are grateful for all you have done for us in our lives. We are about to start today's seminar. Father, Lord, go with us, direct us. Teach us what to say. Give us a intensive memory to listen and to observe and to take good things to improve our various results in Jesus' name. And cover everybody with the blood of Jesus Christ. We declare this seminar open in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. It shall be well with us in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. so tired. This month or next month we are ready. Next month. Yeah, sorry, but let's appreciate it. So this will do this to honor me. I'm going to share today's seminar. Let's go. We are going to direct us on how to go about it. You order it. It's not that difficult, alright? So we want to invite you to come up. Let's go. Well, last time, what's happening? Yes, it was our chairman last time. Our brother will be our chairman for the day, and he's going to direct the affair of the day. So I don't want to do his work for him. But we have to write the microphone to him so that we can follow the presenter and then he will do his job. Thank you so much.
No, but I'm going to do phone. No. Pepper.
Good morning. Looking at the table, I will have just gone straight on to pay compliments to those of seats. But because I still want to maintain my position in the hall, let me just start by saying that I would like to start from the Dean of Student Affairs in absentia, and my Deputy Dean 1 in absentia 2. I now come back to the candidate himself, Dr. Mubadiru, and our dear Madam, Mrs. Pakolade, and all other members of the Student Affairs Committee. Not forgetting my local constituency, the hospitality staff from the Board of Presidents. Please give yourself a round of applause. It is a great delight to meet today today in your front to make a presentation on provision of best accommodation for students in our Board of Presidents, roles of the hospitality staff, and UNILAG experience. Under this, we will look into the hostel itself, and then why do students crave so much to be in the hostel. Then we look at those people that are involved and how they are involved in the provision of accommodation to these students and what they face on a daily basis in the hall to make sure that these students are well accommodated. Then we now look at the problem facing the hall, part of it from the students, part of it the maintenance problem, and then finally the manpower problem in the hall. After, dormitory, boarding house, campground, hospice, hostel, hall of residence, all require a similar type of accommodation provided for a set of people away from their homes on temporary basis. They share a varied form of characteristics with hotels, inns, guest houses, which traditionally caters to travelers, tourists, holiday adventurers, or vendors that require sleeping accommodation or are just out there to catch fun
and are bound to be accepted under the law. Hostel accommodation is usually for people of common interest, likely to be confined to regimented communal life, that is, they will be sharing room, bath and cooking facilities and other amenities, unlike hotels that guarantees more of private amenities, privacy and free movement. The unifying factor here is the word hospitality. Benefits of hostel accommodation. One of the most valuable educational assets for students in the University of Lagos is that of accommodation. We will not appreciate this, but the perspective of the importance of shelter for human survival and the following factors. Conduciveness, which leads to better student performance. Convenience and proximity to the learning center, which makes it less stressful for the students. Relatively cheaper, no matter how costly a hostel is, it will still be cheaper than taking a house outside because there is supporting community and sense of belonging. We all know that when students are on campus, they feel they are in their natural environment, and even when you drive sometimes, you are the one that you avoid. The students don't mind, whatever you are doing, they believe they are in their own community. Independence and self-responsibility. It is an opportunity for them to start life on their own and take responsibility for their actions. Opportunity of building a new lifetime friendship. This is where some of the lasting relationships that people have later in life. This is how it started. Access to shared facilities and wide range of support services, just like what we provided for them in the hostel. Added security and safety, which the university is so much concerned about. Opportunity to develop communal and social skills. As they live together, they learn quite a lot of one another. Now, the University of Lagos proudly refers to its hostels as halls of residence, operated by the hospitality staff, and each hall is under an independent hall management committee that is chaired by the hall master, who is assisted by a hall warden. The halls are equipped as much as possible with facilities to make students feel at home under a conducive atmosphere, under a conducive and relaxed atmosphere that assists in their learning process. Allocation of residence is for the Office of the Dean of Student Affairs through a competitive e-balloting system. But the actual process of accommodating the students takes place in the hall of residence through the hospitality staff, which include the following: hospitality officer, the hall manager in charge of the hall facility manager, still the person at the head of affairs in the hall. Then the housekeeper, hall porter who are supervisors, then porters. The task. The major function and expectation from the hospitality staff is to care in and clear out students into and out of best space allocated to them, and in the process has to perform the following functions: student management, that is registration, collect all their data, then clear them in and clear them out later at the end of the year semester, keep all the records collected from the students in their files, receive and process complaints, settle minor disputes, refer the sick, give first aid treatment to the injured before referring them, make special provisions for and assist the physically challenged students in times of crisis. You will all recall what happened during the last student demonstration. I know most of us had to follow our physically challenged students to the gate before they were allowed access to leave the campus. Hall management. Keep and monitor hall assets, room inventories, report structural defects or repairs, oversee janitorial matters, regulate and monitor commercial operations, provide the information needed by the management. Facility management. Request for routine maintenance, ensure hall and recreational facilities and make sure they are safe, functioning effectively, and are put to judicious use. That is, we monitor all those things provided in the hostel so that students will use them in such a way that those coming after them will also still have access to same facilities. And that, I remember, that is what brought the idea of marking for that time. And I remember that when we started it, we had to meet the then DSA, who now made it a law that every student must come with their marking toy, and it has helped a lot. Security and safety, enforce university rules, regulations and all procedures, regulate and monitor movement of students, contractors, artisans, visitors, etc., to ensure safety of life and property of students and general hall users. Challenges in the hall. The trending problem first. Number one is insufficient bed-based accommodation. Then you may ask yourself, what exactly is the root cause of insufficient bed space accommodation? Sure, demand for outstrips supply. And from our elementary economics, we know when demand outstrips supply, we know what happens. It can never go on. Then there is paucity of funds. To construct a new hall, equip and maintain it is capital intensive. It's not something the manager can just rush into and say, let us put up another structure. There are government regulatory restrictions, which we call relativism. You know, when there is no money, government will keep on tossing you around. Then the shortage is further worsened by the location of the University of Lagos campus in this Akoka, which is a densely populated area and is fully built up. You can do your research too, from Ibutemeta down to Antoni, then you can take it down to Gagada and come back to Lariga here. Hardly will you get a vacant land that you can put up any new structure. That is problem number one. Then peculiar Lagos metropolitan housing problem. The houses in Lagos are not even enough for the current population, talk less of now bringing in more students. Then the transportation problem. If you decide to come from outside the campus, the transport hiccup is there. And then the transport there and the problem of traffic jam, which make most students to miss their first lecture every morning. High rent on accommodation. If you decide to take a house outside the campus, the rent is high. Then the human factor. That is the one that gives me concern most. Because with my interaction with many parents and guardians, it is absolutely sure that they did not give any thought to accommodation for their children or what before they sought admission for their children or what in the University of Lagos. It is after the admission that they now start running around. They will now come to the hall and start begging, what can we do? What can we do? As if we are the one that is letting out the accommodation. And now you will find out that as they are doing this, they fall into different hands. And they have this notion that if they say University of Lagos has so many hostels. Yes, University of Lagos has hostels, but how many can the hostels take? Maybe about 1/5 of the students, which means it is obvious some people will have to come from outside the campus. Now, the adverse effect of this shortage, number one, it gave rise to squatting. And we all know the attendance problems that come with squatting. The overwhelming numbers of off-campus students made nonsense of all previous measures designed to checkmate squatting. Students will still find their way to the hostel. If you like, turn yourself to a wizard. If you like, turn yourself to a witch. You will wake up one day, just try it one night and try and move around. You will find out that students found their way into the hostel one way or the other. I remember sometimes ago, I think in a Jaja hall that time, we were all manning the front gate that no squatter will come in. By 11:30, some people came to call us. I think it was myself and Mr. Osu that time. They came to call us that some people have broken the back red bricks. By the time we got there, so many students, they scaled the wall into the hall, and that's what we have been trying to sort of avoid. So they made nonsense of all those measures. Then by doing this, they put pressure on staff. First, they try and beg and pressurize some of our people to accept them. Then, if you accept them, you have put extra work on the people in the hall. Then, by doing so, oversetting of facilities, which lead to increased study and maintenance costs. Some students now, they move into the hostel with their pre-arranged quarters. Even without registry, they come with quarters. Squatting is now seen even by some of our own colleagues as a right for their children, and what we tell you, some staff will need accommodation. Then criminal tendencies. A lot of students, they do trade-off of their accommodation. Illegal debt-based transfer. When you see children of the same parents, when they have accommodation, what they do now, the elderly person will take the younger one, and they will let out, they transfer the other accommodation. Graphic manipulation, the one we call AYOOLA. Under that, their clearance from the team, they take it to business center, who will now help them to extract that picture, they scan it, and put another person's face on same application paper. If you are not careful, you will not know. And abuse of watching privilege, you have allowed somebody to cut somebody. That person that is in quarter will bring in a floater. That one too will also bring his friend, who will now be in hangar. So you now find 4 students on same best place. Delay and incomplete registration. As some students collect their clearance, they start looking for who to buy their best place. As they are doing that, they won't come and register. And I remember the other time, I had to go to the team to ask them, sir, students are not working. We don't know what is happening. He said, we are giving them an opinion. I said, they are not coming, sir. It is obvious they were looking for those to buy their accommodation. And some of them, they will now come later. So that as they are rushing, they start begging, please, hey, I'm going to class, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. They won't finish their registration. Then infiltration by non-students. Once you have too many spotters, it is easier for outsiders to penetrate the hall. Maintenance challenges. Problem facing our hall, because I can only use my hall as a reference point. Number 1 is insufficient water supply. Number 2, there is heavy presence of iron in water supply to the hostel. Even the students still met me yesterday, today, same complaint. Constant power outage in the evening due to overload. This is not due to fault. We have discovered that towards the evening time, between 5 and 7 p.m., all the students will return from classes and combine in the hall. This is the time all of them will go in to start cooking. And you know, our circuit breakers are all calibrated. Once it carries more than the load they can carry, it trips off. Constant breaking of taps due to willful damage. You know, when about 1,000 plus people, they turn the tap here and there. And some of our own brothers, they come to do ablution in the our washing bin. Anyway, we have stopped that now. And they are doing ablution, they press their hand on the tap. And obviously, by the time you do that, many times the tap got broken. Bursting of water pipes, that one is due to old age. We had to change almost all the pipes we had in the hall. Number 6, shortage of bunks, fans, reading table, or reading slab, and lockers in the room. Obviously, most of our rooms don't actually look like a hostel room for this room. Then bad windows. 90% of our windows have down window panes and the locker handles. Number 8, unsecured doors due to aging and constant change of locks. Number 9, non-availability of kitchen facilities. 10, stealing of all and student properties, mostly by the students. 11, persistent monkey invasion during student vacation. That is as old as the hostel itself, because I read it so. Lack of public address system for direct communication to students. And number 13 is rule violation by students. Students will come late night, confidently, and start knocking doors. There was one we had to take up for meeting. When we came in around 1 p.m. No good excuse. Anyway, we still allow them, but we normally take action the following day to make sure that they don't repeat that same act, because once it is done 3 times, we will report them to the DSA. You have to go and explain what they were doing outside and for 40 hours. Drug abuse. Sometimes you just find some of these students. One of recent, my porters came to call me. They said the student started knocking his head against the wall, knocking his head against the door. I said no problem. The problem, we know the problem. Probably it's into drugs. It was when they got to the medical center, we know the secret. Anyway, he's facing it right away. Trading in the hall. Well, thank God we have been able to curtail this to the barest minimum, except they are now using another means because we designed our own system to checkmate them. Playing balls on floor, stuffing the toilet. Well, because people who said we used to know that it's not their toilet. In our own hostel now, we now find that men too, these boys stuff their own toilet with their own pants. Playing loud music in rooms or making noise at ungodly hours of the night. They have no regard to the quietness of the hall. Management should also help us look into these areas. That is, replace all faulty electrical distribution boards. In my side, we have about 27 distribution boards. I think only 3 are still good. All others have been put on direct connection. Relocate 9 overhead tanks of the roof ceiling to an external sanction. All the overhead tanks in the hall, I learned that was how the hall was designed. It's on top of student rooms. Sometimes ago we had to grapple with the problem of, because we actually lost the use of 3 rooms. The one on the 3rd floor, the 2nd floor, and the 1st floor. We lost their use until we were able to put floating switches on those tanks so that water will not float into the rooms again. Help us reactivate and provide and recharge all fire extinguishers. Please, sir, I will appeal to the DSA, sir. We should not leave the charging of fire extinguishers in the hall. In my side, it's only one we have, and it's the biggest there that cannot be taken upstairs in case there is fire incident upstairs. I think we can empower the fire and safety units. It is their job to help us do that. Reactivate the CCTV surveillance system. Repair and reinforce all structural defects on the wall. Reinforce weak lobby medians adjoining the hallways on all floors. Resurface the 2 stairways in F and G wings. Then, sir, help us look into the non-submission of medical reports by students. Perhaps students may need to be registered before they check in. I know that DG2 was also involved with the recent incident in our hall. The guy in room 318. It took the management a lot before they were able to, curtail that guy and put him to treatment. His people abandoned him for us, and we don't know his medical record that he's actually he's supposed to be a regular patient at the psychiatric hospital. Reactivate the abandoned H wing as part of the scheduled hall renovation. I learned that place can take 200 bed space. An additional 200 beds will go a long way in alleviating the problem of shortage of accommodation on campus. The complete computer system is needed in the halls to work with the DSS office. Then, janitorial hiccups. I believe management contracted these janitorial contractors to assist us in the hall. Then sometimes they put us into straight their heads when they fail to pay these cleaners. Then you start looking for what to do to the cleaners so that they don't mess up the job for you. Then insufficient cleaning materials and equipment. Now, let's ask ourselves, how did we get here? Right now, hall maintenance is not at its best. Perhaps we can go down the memory lane to see if there are some lessons to learn. Hall management system put in place in 2016. The hall administration is done by the hospitality staff. Maintenance and janitorial services were put on contract and given to the same contractor. So they don't have problems while they were sweeping or they were doing something. If there's a broken pipe and all that, all they need to do is to call their oga who will come and fix the problem. The major maintenance is done by works and fiscal planning units. In the few years that followed 2016, maintenance was not much of a problem. In addition, a particular amount was the amount for halls and used to carry out strategic repairs and maintenance as soon as students vacated the hall at the end of each academic session. The money that was given to the halls that time, actually I think it's 3,000 per student in each hall. Out of this 3,000, 1,500 goes to the students, 1,000 for their hall room, and 500 for their student hall projects. Then, to the management of the hall, 1,000 per student is meant to do some administrative, to cover administrative expenses and minor repair. Then 500 is dedicated to the hall to do repairs immediately the students are checking out, because as they check out, you are going to detect a lot. That's the time you see that even some students, they will put it inside their wardrobe. Some will knowingly remove bulbs and damage some of the things in their room. That was the money we were using there. In addition, this fund assisted a lot in maintaining the hall facilities. However, stoppage of the allocation marked the beginning of the decline in the proper maintenance of the hall. By 2019, hall management system changed. Hall administration is still done by hospitality staff. Hall maintenance now referred to works and physical planning unit. Janitorial services only put on contract. That marked another turning point in the annals of hall maintenance. Bureaucracy sets in. Maintenance requests become prioritized such that response to maintenance was delayed or nothing was done due to paucity of funds. Along the line, the House of Residents had to deploy its legal application initially meant for administrative and minor expenses to full-scale maintenance. The situation improved later because the whole internally generated revenue and generated funds were deployed to hall maintenance. This has helped us to maintain facilities and carry out minor repairs. But for all its work, it is never sufficient to fund major maintenance works. We've always had to run to the DSC to intervene whenever we had major fault and repairs or in time of emergency. That is the Baba syndrome. That is where the incumbent, every incumbent DSA is always a Baba because it's the last hope for the home. Then, manpower challenges. Facility before 2016, this is the hierarchy in the hall. Facility manager, a secretary, supervisor morning and afternoon, porters 2 in the morning, 2 afternoon and 2 night. Then they have cleaners and they have guidance. Yes. Hospitality officer, housekeeper. supervisors, porters, maintenance and janitorial. We have maintenance and janitorial contractors working with us. They also gave us that time some people call administrative assistants, but they were quickly withdrawn because they were complaining. Today, let's fast forward to this day. What we have is hospitality officer, hospitality manager, at the helm of affairs, then porters, which in my side is just three, one of morning, one of afternoon, and one night. Then we have contract cleaners and gardeners, which is paid for by the management. Then we have artisans, which we contract in the hall and we pay them for any job they do for us. This short illustration here says it all. There is need to increase staff strength for a very effective and less stressful management of our halls of residence. Before I go there, sir, the last two student protests I witnessed on this campus had some elements of all problems there. In fact, there was one that I got to know through the social media, and I had to rush down the university. The way things are going, if it is not checkmated, it may still result to the same old story that we learned of. I saw some visuals sometimes ago. I think I distributed it on our own platform, the hospitality platform. A federal government institution, somebody was able to do a short video of what their hostel looked like. They did the classroom, but I'm not concerned with that. The hostel was in such a state that it was completely abandoned. Please, sir, the maintenance aspect has to be looked into, because in all this, it is the student affairs that is put under pressure. And you know our students, before you know it, they've taken pictures and they're distributing it about. Now, the way forward, sir, suggestion. Construct and equip more modern hostels on campus. Number two, reach out to business firms and major companies to donate or partner with the university to build a modern hotel as part of their corporate social responsibilities. Expand existing halls where possible. Explore the possibility of a university and private sector partnership. The university private sector partnership deal for a build, operate, recoup and transfer project, BOT. Number five, encourage cooperative societies on campus. We have quite a number of them. The University Pension Fund Administrators, UNILAG and Microfinance Bank, and the like minds like that for a joint venture to construct and manage new halls of residence on campus. Then number six, there's employ and train more capable hands for the halls of residence. For us as hospitality staff now, please get all your porters to have good understanding of the job and how to do it. Then all of us must have this dogged determination to succeed under pressure and in the face of adversity. Know the rules and be fair when applying them. Students can be very funny. It's only when you show them the big stick that they calm down. Monitor all repairs by artisans and ensure they are done perfectly. Then we must all have critical sense of observation and anticipation. We all know once there is no light on campus, definitely water problem is coming. And most of the things that normally cause wahala is water. So once we are able to determine that, just make alternative treatment how you can pump your water to the student. The light area where they know that you have no power over that. Then empathize with students and be ready to help them. Just like the guy who was knocking his head on the wall, we did not leave him. We still took good care of him and we helped him to the medical center. Then have a placid temperament. Some students will like to frustrate you. I remember the other one who told a student that was given accommodation that kò sáyé ìbímọ And I said, what's the meaning of Kosaye Bimo? Is he mad? Let us go there. When I now get there, I said, the first thing, remove all the mattresses outside. All of you inside, inside. I will not talk to you in your room. Meet me downstairs. By the time we finish the issue, the proper way, in fact, it became a jellyfish. Started begging. Add your ears to the ground so that you will know when there are problems, when problems are coming. Some students, no matter how bad they are, you will have some of them that are friendly with you. If you are able to harness their brain, when there is going to be problem, they come and tell you, Oga, I will go inside the Oga, you know, inside the Akini. And when you start hearing a beating of a bucket, you know that problem is coming. Struggle to acquire more knowledge. Please, my good porters, you are the ones doing the job. Train yourself. Acquire more knowledge. Any opportunity that you see, please grab it. Officers, I think, package, thank you, sir, DD2, the package training, I think it was free. I don't know how many of us were able to harness that, seize that opportunity and get the free training from Turkey. Please, seize the opportunity. It is very good for you. Then, care for yourself. As we do this job, please, don't let us leave our health one side. I heard some people saying, ọdún mélòó lèmi ti dé medical center gbẹ̀yìn. Well, please go to medical center. It is not only when we are sick that we have to go there. Because why? You need very strong physique and a very good heart to do this job. Our quick fixes. Well, some of the tricks we use in our own order guide what we do. When we notice that a roommate is in conflict with another roommate, we simply call them together. And you know, for a peaceful resolution, that one is not enough to take the DSA's office when we are able to resolve it and there's no more problem. Then, whenever anything happens, we suggest settlement at HMC level first. That is, we bring in the hall master. If we are able to resolve it, okay. If we are not able to resolve it, we fight with the DSA. The water problem, we treat it as our whole problem, except it is major fault, and we find the way of repairing the water, coping with the problem. Power failure, we treat as management problem, we simply call the service area. Then, if light does not, if the power is not restored in good time, we use the generator to power just the water and some essential services. Battery and allied problems. If anything happens in the battery, like then we reported something in the battery or the kiosk around us, the first thing we do is to stop the operation in that place. We stop the operation. Especially if it has to do with the quality of what they are selling. We stop them first. Don't do anything and don't sell anything. No student should patronize them. Then we quickly report to DSA, who will now send the appropriate people to come and verify what is happening in that area, because that one has to do with life. Recalcitrant students and violent behavior. When they go to that level, we simply call it the security and we call the alphabets. They take them away and they settle their problems. Unreasonable demands, like the guy who asked me to give him hall generator because of his hall bill. And I told him all the gadgets you put down here, if you put it on my generator, it will go off. He started making, I said, let him make noise, no problem. But me, I remain resolute, nothing. Then in volatile situations, where you notice that they are ready to make trouble, what you do, you calm them down. I now become a preacher. Tell them, we are doing this, we are doing that. I will call the SA now, and everything will be done, no. But immediately we are able to calm them down. We get the all master and we get the DSA. But if it is a situation that refuses to go down, we get the security man on duty on alert and we call the alpha base. Then the incident is reported to the DSA immediately, and it has been helping us a lot. I want to also seize this opportunity, sir, to thank the university management. First, for the current drive, which is aimed at repairing all the halls of residents in the University of Lagos. Please put your hands together for the I remember the first one we had was in Mariri, and I was so happy when I got there because of what has been done. Please, sir, I would like the management not to relent, so please continue so that, because Lagos is center of excellence. Then University of Lagos is the university of first choice. Then it goes without saying that our halls of residence must be halls of excellence. Thank you for listening.
I need to ask our this our hotel business. We have gone all the where I have not worked, the student here or team. Today they say one day who knows my father said yes. You know that now we are not in the hostel because if you tell me that you don't know that anything happen, if my father say we hostel, look at us here now we are in the hostel. So in fact I learned the talk from him and he still continue his experience. So at this junction can talk on so many things affecting our hostel, depending on our hostel report. The same particular problem we are having with them as doctor. So things are getting well. If you have any vision or anything you want to do, you can take the act.
Question time. Number one. Wait, man. Just take number one. Number one. 2, sir. 3, 4, 5.
Question.
5. 40. 6. 6. Okay. Number 6. Number 1. And 6.
Thank you very much.
Number 6. 7.
The last speaker has spoken very well on accommodation of students in halls of residence. But first and foremost, for effective accommodation in halls of residence, we need staff. We have shortage of staff in halls of residence. I want student affairs to please note this. It is quite painful for staff to work 160 hours, 200 hours, and be paid 20 hours overtime. I think it is not balanced. The school authority has to look seriously into how to employ more staff in halls of residence. Again, most of the hospitality managers you are seeing on ground today, I gave you 5 years, most of us are gone. Maybe we'll be left with 2 or 3 hospitality officers. Most of us, as you are seeing us, were above 60, including myself. I want to talk on the major problem we have in halls of residence, which is water in most of the halls, and again, electrical sparks in the halls of residence. It is quite scary for students to be seeing light gushing out from the circuit breakers. It has been there for long. What is the university doing to replace and to do internal check on these circuit breakers in the hostel erected for donkey years? We need permanently in the halls of residence electrician, plumber, and carpenter. In the years past in the university, we have them situated as an our immediate fault and to come to our aid as a world leader. But today, we don't have such anymore. That means, and that is why we have difficulties in running the halls of residence as expected from us. Let us talk about Scotland. When it comes to Scotland, it is quite alarming and at times embarrassing saying staff are collecting money into their individual pockets. Let me give you an example for more reason. I will tell you about the individual situated in this my hall. Can you imagine someone who cannot see and collecting money from 3 people and accommodating them in the same room of 4 rooms turning to 20 people living in that room? They now confront us, they now come out and showcase that, well, they are my friends, which we quite know that they collected money from them. What is school authority doing to that, especially the visual impaired? And again, when our student affairs division giving them accommodation late to come to the hostel, these students haven't given accommodation late, they refuse bluntly to do the necessary things. They don't register in the hostel. Up to today, the majority of them, I run helter-skelter after them to get their record. Can you believe that up to today, going to second semester ending now, some of them are not registered to be in Morally Hall? Assuming there is a problem, fire outbreak, or serious problem, and the school authority, University of Lagos, now tell me to bring out my record of students in my hostel. I can't give proper records because these students are adult, including regular students. In the years past in this university, accommodation is done once. Not they do some at the beginning of the semester, mid-semester they do another set. Up to today, accommodating students in the hostel. And again in the years past in this university, there is a list given to us from Student Affairs Division. Today, there is no list of students allocated in our hostels given to any halls of residence. How do we balance our record? If you know the number you give them there, why not print out their names and their room numbers and give it to us? Again, we discovered duplication in room numbers being allocated to students. A student given a particular room 2 times, 3 times, and everything comes from student affairs. I need the school authority, especially student affairs, to strongly look into accommodating students and list of students accommodated in halls of residence to everyone. We must be given. The visual impaired students, they have helpers. In the years past, let me use Moremi as an example. A formal room. In a formal room, what they do in the years past, you give the visual impaired accommodation down, you give a helper up. They both pay to university authority. Now, what the university do now is they give the whole formal room to visual impaired. Those ones we pay. All these helpers do not pay. By so doing, this one we have 3, this one we have 2. They are so uncontrollable. If you go to this corridor in big ground floor now, you see all their pockets lined at the corridor. I've said it severally. It is not proper. If they want to work, they can fall over the bucket. But they tell me they cannot put it in their room. Their room is congested. Their room is, well, if it is, I don't know what to do than to leave them alone. Because if I'm too hard on them, they will say, Mama, that is too hard. That's where we have quarrel. If you don't want problems between staff and students, the school authority has to look strongly into accommodating visually impaired students and their helpers, those on crutches, those on wheelchairs, too as well. Rooms are usually overcrowded due to squatting. In the years past, I remember late San Omotola. He slept in Abuja for about 3 days or 4 days without having his back, our former Vice Chancellor, before new halls can be built by the federal government. Halls of residence are not built by the school authorities. Get that straight. It is done by the federal government in conjunction of the contractors, maybe Erasmus Akibola as an example. So we want the school to build more hostels to avoid these problems. And again, students are engaged in danger at night, especially those who do not have accommodation. They hang around under Coca-Cola garden, science, under any corner, and that is where they get raped. The school authority has to look straight into that. Some boys, that is where they engage them in smoking in their hands. Because I was once in Jaja Hall. Mr. SALAAM saying that they come in through red bricks. They climbed the wall when I was in Jaja Hall. They climbed the wall. A whole television got disappeared in Jaja Hall. Staff were punished to pay for that television. They took staff to panel. They made them pay the money. And the students, nothing was done to them. I believe strongly the management should please in the name of God look into such, because that punishment for staff, when they have one entrance to Jaja Hall, but they have several entrances to Jaja Hall through the back building. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. We're taking note of those moments and those wonderful suggestions. That you have also given us another lecture. You always want to give lecture. Well, the meeting will take place when it comes to questions. Apart from you giving suggestions or any other comment, just ask the presenter. I don't know why you have to go and sit outside. Because those questions are for you. The questions are based on what he or she has presented. So you direct your question towards that. Some of those comments, we're taking note of them in your last presentation, and then we are working on them. So if you feel that you really want to know whether you get or you understand what the presenter, what he has talked on, to ask the question. And if you cannot answer it, then you try to work and God will help you to understand it. All right. Number 2.
Thank you, sir.
Let your question be brief and direct.
I am Ogoyi Toku from Honors Hall. Sir, we thank you for your presentation, and I want to ask, suppose your presentation is printed and shared to all. I think it will help us to read it very well and understand it more. The next question I want to ask you, sir. We have had all said to us. I want to ask, sir, hospitality staff and the porters in the House of Residence, are we essential staff? Because when I ask that question, I've observed since I joined in this university, series of strikes, and we work like others in the other units, like the security, they are paid, that is for essential duty performed. And we have not had that opportunity. So I ask, are we essential staff? Thank you. Let me talk to you.
Thank you, Mr. Your name is? Okay. The first thing you said, can the presentation be printed out and given out? That one within the copy of the guy here. And as far as I'm concerned, it can. So we will look into that.
For those in hospitality forum, and the other forum. Maybe the network. While I was presenting, I have to slide with you, so I'll send it to your platform. It's okay. So I have to have it to your platform, local platform and the hospitality platform. So thank you.
Then number 2, you ask the question, our hospitality staff, essential staff. When you say hospitality staff, it has actually incorporated all the people working in the hall, both the hospitality officers, the managers, the supervisors, and the porters. That's why we use the general term hospitality staff. Honestly, hospitality staff are essential staff. That's the way when we were coming in, the kind of orientation we were given, we were made to know that we are part of the essential staff of the university. Let's look at it. If there is problem on campus, will you leave the students in the hall and go away?
No.
Even when you have challenges, don't you stay and solve the problem, not minding the closing time and all that. Isn't it? Even there are times we schedule hall management committee meetings. We schedule it for 7, 8 o'clock because that's the time the hall masters and the representative of the students will be available. So we regard it as we are part of the essential staff. Because even during strikes, I know that in most halls, what we do is to leave one person in the hall per day so that nothing goes wrong. And if anything is about to go wrong, he can call us to his people. I don't believe that is any one of us here as the hall manager that has stayed in his house whenever there is a strike. You may not show your face, but I know we do come. So in that area, we are part of the essential staff. The reason why we are not treated the way the security people are treated is left by thank God DD1 is also there now. And we will be able to tell us. No. I want to thank the management for organizing this program. I want to be brief. I will go straight to the question. Looking at the challenges as enumerated, I want to group the challenges or make it all those challenges itemized. I want to look at them as the subset of the major one, which is the insufficient bed space in all of the residents. And looking at it like this, because all other challenges can be linked to the major one. Anytime, let me make it in form of appeal. But anytime I pass through Sodende and then into Kwasi, I can see facilities there that can accommodate at least 100 students, and it has been there for years. This is a private facility. We not treat like that. I want to appeal, make an appeal to management. If you not take the school, University of Lagos, University of Lagos, anything to put that place in place, because we are wasting resources, and it's not good for wasting resources. The second one, when Bedame come up, I was very happy. At least if we accommodate students. Now we are asking how they say, okay, transformer or no transformer. And as a result of that, it's going to 2 or 3 years now. And students are suffering. And we put pressure on the staff. Imagine, let me come back to staff, porters, and all of residents. Imagine as a father looking at students outside. Father is not happy. No father will be happy about it. Looking at the students outside, no father will be happy about it. And I believe the management are not happy about it as well. So as a result of that,
looking at transformer, what is transformer? Compared to University of Lagos, what is transformer? There are some things we can do. We can open transformer accounts, unless we don't know specifically, can invite people. There are a lot of people that want to partnership with University of Lagos. There are some people that can supply so-called transformer, and even looking at open accounts, transformer accounts. It's an appeal, suggestion. You can open account, transformer account. Let students that will reside in AYOOLA know that you are paying certain amount of transformer. Within 2 or 3 years, the money will be paid, and students will be accommodated to AYOOLA. Thank you very much.
You mentioned the abandoned age wing of religious home. It can actually accommodate one. I mentioned the brain about I've been there. I did a lot of work there, and I discovered that it would conveniently accommodate 200 residents. What happened was that I met the team. We both went there. He saw it, and he now asked me. He said, "SALAAM, why are you not making use of this place?" I said it was not handed over to me. And Mr. Bison Kambianiam from his handover note, 8th wing is not there. Am I right? So it was not handed over. It was not handed over to me. So right from you, you don't need to buy the service.
That 8th wing is part of Shogeg.
Okay.
When after completed the other one, you are able to touch that one. So you have to block it.
Okay.
So they block it through any road, and they block it through Shogeg, so that children will not have access to go and commit alcohol.
So, in one word, when Shogeg are taking the one that is useful to them, they abandon the rest. No, I know.
They wanted to, but they do
no money.
But when they take that's why they.
It's still the same thing, no money. I said it. I said, you know that all these things we are saying, if you look at it, maintenance of the wall is capital intensive, especially when you need to re-equip. When Dean came and we both looked at that place, that 8th wing, he was of the opinion that we should be able to put it into good use, which I believe was possible then. But I now ask, sir, to start cleaning this place, sir, who pays the janitorial contractor, number one, sir? And number two, before we can enter this place, we have to take clearance from the vice chancellor. And honestly, the place was not handed over to me, and that was the end of the story. So that is why I put it as part of my presentation that 8th wing, because on our master plan in Enugu, they put it as 8th wing. So I am now appealing again to the Student Affairs Division to make sure that 8th wing is incorporated into the repairs that is ongoing when any job will be done. Then number 2, you are talking about the shortage of hostels. Let's tell ourselves the simple truth. No student anywhere in the world, I stand to be corrected. No school anywhere in the world that has ever been able to accommodate all its students. No. You will only accommodate an integral part and leave the rest to survive on their own. Yes, even in the so-called advanced country, I have a cousin who lived in a hotel throughout his 5-year study. Yes, he graduated from outside. So before he couldn't get accommodation. One of my own children who attended Federal University of Technology and Federal University of Agriculture in Abeokuta, she got accommodation only one. That was 100 level. The rest, I took accommodation for her outside the campus. But thank God there. That is why I said I did my own research
about why is it that accommodation is so acute in Akoka. Because there are no land to put structures. If you go to that Alamata in Abeokuta, you find out that even outside the gates, there are hostels that are built and equipped just like the school hotel, even some better than the school hotel. And they don't charge more than 150,000 as a day. I don't know how much is it now. So obviously, you expect it. And that's why I said, the majority of parents, they did not sit down to ask themselves, where will this guy live if he did not get accommodation in the University of Lagos? So we need to give orientation to our people. When the brothers are receiving them that, Mama, Edo, you are looking for accommodation. Well, sorry, I'm not the one. And I don't have the power. But the only thing, go to PSS office. If you are lucky, if you are not, sorry to look for it. And that is it. So obviously, the University of Lagos is not able to accommodate all the students. And okay, is it not part of the students that are even giving accommodation that are selling? Some of them are selling because they know one thing is that I don't know whether it is possible. All those people that are living nearby who gave an address of Akoka, I believe they should be the last set of people to be granted accommodation because most of them don't live on campus. That is the whole truth. They don't. They sell their administration and they tell you it's my brother, it's my Guinea-Corn, it is a lie. It's solely. So please sir, let our people know. Some people will be lucky. The last statistic I had when DSA was giving speech during the last convocation, I think as at that time, student population was over 35,000 as at then. And those accommodation that were available then was 8,500. Look at the ratio. Less than 1/5 or one quarter. And as at now that Gajabia and others were adding, maybe we will be hitting 10,000 now. What is 10,000 to about 38,000 students? Obviously, sir, that's the whole truth. And that is the reality of ground. Some people will come from their house. And I believe that is the reason, one of the reasons why management was liberal and is still liberal about allowing some students to be quartered in the hostel. Otherwise, it doesn't cost us anything to say no, we don't want any quarters in the hall. But I think they are just being bad in their approach. So that's the sign. Have I answered your question?
Yes, yes.
Number five.
All protocols duly observed. Well, we would like to thank the management of the Student Affairs for organizing the colloquium. My name is Mrs. Shekinu from Popo. We have been talking about shortage of staff all along. And this has been a very long situation. I mean, in terms of porters and security, and they run about 2 shifts or 3 shifts. So it's difficult for staff to run through those shifts. At times, they have to work on 24/7. But with the situation on the ground, what is our succession plan? Who is going to take over from one or the other? Let me talk about the hospitality officer. At least we have about 4 or 5 that will be leaving this year 2024. But by the end of June or July, 2 of them will be leaving. Mr. Opechani, the one in Biobaku, and probably Mr. Oyepesopi, the one in the Moridi. Who is going to take over from them? So those are the areas we want us to look into. And who are among the porters and officers in the hall that have really studied them, that needs to take up their responsibility. We are talking of dilapidated facilities in the hostel. No doubt, there is no way squatting will not be allowed because of the situation on ground. We have limited accommodation, and the students that are on campus, they are enormous. So squatting is either legally or illegally allowed within the university. But we are not talking of the pressure on the facilities. The pressure, for instance now, a room with 8 people, you are bringing a room with 16 people, I mean students. What will happen to their toilets, their bathroom, and so on? And we should not forget one thing, that those facilities are aged. For instance, now maybe Moremi is being built for 40 years or whatever. And how do we overhaul the whole facilities? The pipe abroad, even the bulb that they use, they have the lifespan, whether it is burnt or not burnt. But in Nigeria, we have those things burnt, and to replace it is another problem. So we should look at the facilities. There must be a checklist on how to manage the facilities. For instance, on the PVC pipe, I mean the drains for physics and so on, it's alarming and it's very disgraceful. Those things will be broken, so change it is always a problem. The university, the management, student affairs should be able to look into it because it's an unsightly atmosphere. So the janitorial, although it's been outsourced, but what do we do with them? Where we complain about shortage of materials, cleaning materials, and so on. And the university will pay them. For instance now, cleaning within a period is time and money. How do we justify the periods that are not properly cleaned to the value of what we are going to have? So the aspect of the janitorial, we should try as much as to look into it. We have eateries within the hall. We are all carriers of one disease or the other. Who is checking the food handlers? I mean the eateries on food handlers' tests. There is need for them to check it because of, I know because it's not my area, but the health center will tell much better on it. And there is need for them, even if they are being tested, there is need for them to bring in their certificates because that is an evidence that the food handlers test has been done. Well, for now, the hospitality, the porters, as we are the forefront of staff within the House of Residence, there is need for us to be committed in doing the work and carrying out the work. And it's very disgraceful for the Student Affairs Unit to be complaining that the staff are collecting money from students. So whoever that is involved should try as much as to change, because for any offence being committed by any of the hospitality staff, it rubs on all the hospitality staff. Nobody will be exonerated, and it's very shameful because the money we are being collected now, it's only grace of God that enlarges one's coast. It's not the money you collect elsewhere that will enlarge your post. Please, I'm pleading on behalf of the management, the student affairs, that whoever that is fond of collecting money from students should desist from it. And the issue of students selling accommodation, I could see that the university authority, they are enriching the students, and I will give an example. A student, an accommodation being collected for maybe 45 or so, 45 or so. You find students selling such accommodation for 200, 300. When we do the deduction, you know how much it is. These same students, they will not even stay in the hostel. Some will stay in the hostel and they will collect money from their squatters. It only shows we are enriching those students. So the authority should try as much as to look into it. It's either we disabuse the issue of quota, or they should come on a clean slate that we are going to squat, but we are not collecting anything. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, man. These are nice comments, and then of course, I've learned a lot from most of these comments and the answer given by the professor. You can see that the seminar is so rich. Is it not rich?
Very, very rich.
You have not learned anything. So let's start all right. We've taken note of those comments. They are nice ones. God bless you. Hope it's not the seminar you are giving us. But it's the next one.
So what are spending? You have experience, you are not there. We want our spending. In fact, after our own now, we end the session. Once we resume next session, we want our spending. Those that have something to so that between now and next year, in fact, the month is full of presenters. So we should not be bringing outside that to come and talk to us. Let's show those that are inside us. Because even some of these outsiders are afraid. You have more the experience. You have it more than them. So how do you want to bring an expert or somebody from outside? When in terms of experience, in terms of age, in terms of knowing the job, found it someplace before we leave here, as many that want to put your name or present, please make sure you receive or see any of us as a student affairs. God bless you as you do so. So number 4 or 5.
Please say something for number 5.
Want to say something?
Oh yes, I just want to correct just an additional section.
Okay, thank you. I just want to speak to one or two the ways, and that's in the area of janitorial, because you have said something, but I want to appeal, because this is the right stakeholder here. Now, you are our eyes. We cannot be in the different hotels. And so when forms are brought for signing, you are the one that signed it. You are in your hostel, you're saying that all is well. So it still goes back to you. If the janitorial didn't do their work and you sign that they have done their work, who are we then? We're not going to know that they didn't do their work. So there's always something about empathy and sympathy. You feel if you don't sign, they would say that they are holding their money. You say that's just sympathy, because it is what you have presented to student affairs that will submit. So if at the end of the day they didn't do the work and you gave us paper showing that they did the work, how are we going to know that they didn't do the work? So it still falls back. So I think we have to make a choice of either to speak the truth or
now remain silent and continue to suffer it. Because that's just the truth. We must tell ourselves this is the place to speak the truth. Then the second thing, sorry, I didn't think that I was my glasses. Oh yeah. So the second area is to let you know that we are not taking it for granted. The university and student affairs, we had already disciplined a lot of students that were caught. So it's not as if we are overlooking those who we caught selling best cases. We have actually reprimanded a lot of students. The only thing is like a pinch of salt. And that's also because we also have collaboration in our midst here too. I'm still bringing it back to us because I must tell you the truth, most of the culprits that we caught still point finger back to us. Because at the end of the day, they name names. We as student affairs just protect you because we don't want you to lose your job, not that we don't have a list of names. And by the time we look at it and see that if we take this thing up to student disciplinary or personnel, you will be sacked. So we hide it, we cover it for you. So I like the appeal that she has given you because right now we have all seen you as family and friends. So we would not like you to be, exposed. So we must be very cautious. Very, very cautious. Thank you.
Well, my life is to need to be professional in whatever we are doing.
Yes.
That's just professional. And this kind of seminar will take us to that kind of thing. And so many of us we are professional, and there are some that we need to bring up so that they also be professional. Say it, do it. You can't die there. There's one of the contractors to support what he said during the break. Then the DSC asked me to go and check. So I told him that, okay, give me the chance, let me check what the man claimed that he had done. So I was about to sign the paper. I said, oh, thank you. I should go and check. So I went and that was the time I came to honors my camera and the rest of them. Then I saw the quality of what the man used, the contractor. So they are not in the right thing about it. So I wrote my report, perfect, comprehensive report. Then I submitted. It's not that we use for documentation. So I have to keep my own record too. So that tomorrow will come my officer and it's not giving feedback. So I gave the feedback. So it's time for him to now work on it. And then when I submitted that, I said, so why is the man now disturbing him? So because of that, he did not sign, that the paper the man brought. He said, well, if I gave him the report, that this was the report, that because he did not mention my name, but I know that the man report that the one that did it. So anytime the man comes to the office, he will not even give. So I wanted to give me money for, he said I want to give him loan. I said, what kind of loan? Let me come and do the job. If I go to say, no, we are checking, I want to check that you want the profession. Otherwise, it's just a success. You know, we are giving names, especially porters. Porters are doing it, and most of you don't do it. So you must cover yourself and be professional in whatever you are. God will help us.
Amen.
Number 4. Number 5. 4 or 5. And that's the last one. It's the last one. If you have asked the question you want to ask, guys, don't ask. Is that okay? Your questions are different. But you ask.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mr. Jonah Ogaga. I have series of questions that I will try as much as possible to give them down. Firstly, I don't know why, most especially on Thursday, that we do have environmental for those who are selling within the hostel. don't know the reason why they are not complying. Why they are not complying with the rules. Because most of them, and let us tell ourselves the truth, most of the stores are owned by professors. And me going to meet them, telling them, Madam, why didn't you do your environmental? The way they will look down on me, will demoralize me. And secondly, they were supposed to close down their shops till 10 after the environmental before the open. So I don't know why that law hasn't been care of. Secondly, in the hall of residence, when my boss was doing justice to the government, he said that all those that work in the hall of residence are all administrators. So I don't know why porters are not part of all management committee. Porters are not always part of management. I don't know why. We are all here to learn. Thirdly, these old steps, like Warren, for instance, I know quite sure that Warren was built in the year 1964. So it's not a new old step. Now, since last 2 years, we've been complaining about 2 rooms leaking. Then when you go around, we have about roughly 10 rooms that are leaking. I think in the teaching line, in the academy, they have what they call quality assurance team that they go around to check. But I don't know why they don't have it to check the structure, because without the structure, we cannot be talking about accommodation. So they should look into it from the house. Have a committee that will consist of the student affairs and the works and services, so that periodically or quarterly they should be going around to check the structure of the hostel. And lastly, this one has to do with registration. During our registration, Madam has highlighted that we are short of staff. Yes, we are short of staff. Now you imagine what has coming from 7, and the porters will be leaving home for that day by 9. And that porter will not be given a break to eat. And that porter will not be given an incentive to motivate that porter to work. And that porter will be there sitting all through, which we know that even when you sit for a very long time, it will affect you. You know, they said a hungry man is an angry man. When you sit down for a very long time without going for a break, without going to eat, definitely once it is 7 p.m., 7, 8, 9, you will be aggressive. You will be aggressive. It is as a result of not eating for that day. So we should look into it, and at least incentive matters. Let us give them incentive to motivate their spirit, because the porter will work from 7 to 9 during the registration. If you still come back the next day again to do the same shift, because there is no staff to provide the job. So please, we should look into it, and I believe we are progressing. This seminar is majorly for the porters. We are really learning from it. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Yes, I want to just take one. Take it.
About welfare for staff in the home. I believe that one is in your hands too. Yes, I mean it is in your hands. Each hall has independent hall management committee that is headed by your hall master of hall business. Isn't it?
Yes.
We know that you do make internally generated revenue, isn't it?
Yes.
I am using our own hall as an example. I've worked in 3 halls, and in the 3 halls I've worked in University of Lagos. There was no one out of the 3 that will not release something for the welfare of staff working in the hall. Right now, in my own current post in Nigeria, when staff are delayed to work, my hall master will give us something. SALAAM, buy food for them. Yes, that is the truth. That's why I said it's in your hand. You will normally ask your hall master. If your hall master knows that you are doing the job, definitely, because in my own process, we are only three. Excuse me, we are only three, including supervisor. So there is no post of supervisor anymore in my own hall. No supervisor. The supervisor is working with the porters, and they share the 3 shifts. No Saturday, no Sunday. But if you come to our hall, you will think we have so many hands, because at least 2 of them will do it at the same time. So one will go home, he will come back the next day, another person will go and rest. That is how they were doing it. So the old master is seeing all this, and he knows that anytime I get to the hall, these people are always there. So he's always ready to at least do something for us. That is the truth. So if it is not happening in your own hall, you need to sit down your management. And I don't know whether my oga has provision for it in our office. So she is free to give us. But that's the on the issue of being part of agency, please, the agency is a representative committee. You can't have everybody there. Naturally, they will only pick 1 or 2 for you, maybe the hospitality staff, and then if you have any other senior staff among you, they will pick him along. But if the person that is a senior staff there is not somebody of quality brain, they will not take you. It's another fact. So that is and then even look at the students. It's not all the students that are part of all management committee. We will normally pick 1 or 2 of them to be there, probably the auditor and the welfare officer, because it is his job. The whole job is for the welfare officer. So those are the things. Because by the time you now incorporate everybody, you won't be able to take decisions. So
Yes, sir. Okay. You've asked your questions.
Yes.
You have asked your questions.
Yes.
You have asked your questions.
No, there was a question that we need to take.
Which question is that?
Yes, about you said staff will work and work and work. So yes, that one is beyond the hall. It is what we are people that
It's because of the shortage. And then, if you look at most of those memos, when we send in memos to host them, it's not that because many of you will say, try to see paper from that professor has gone with this memo now. I know you might have given for anything, not to your side. I don't know and to your side. So when I send a memo, I need statistics. You know, I don't talk too much. I'm a mass person. And the figures that I gave it, recently number of shops and whatever I do, I need to do that to package, and then the store will be paid. Who will now send it to Madagascar? So most of those things are not done in the office. They are being treated, they are being good. So when we ask for something, just answer it. Not for any other thing. Is that okay? No, we have it. Number 5, number 6. Go straight to the point. Just one question. There's only one. There's only one question. Just one.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, madam. I want to have an experience. While on the job, there are times the board of residents, we have power to off during hot hours. And it takes us time to convince the student that simple fix. And this can amount to restiveness if not done on time. So what should we do if I can't do it? Secondly,
when I started as a founder here, we were trying for registration and screening of students. The whole thing was not too tough to do that. And give the further time to do the whole of the registration. But now, everything is manual. It gives more pressure on us, which is not very, very good. It's not the way forward. Thank you so much. Presenter, you want to speak?
Yes, sir. Yes, the area is talking about, you know, when students are resuming, the first place is the hall. Then they don't give us time these days. So maybe students are resuming on Monday, they start registration on Saturday. So that means you have to be on the job Saturday, Sunday, till Monday, and it will continue like that till the pressure goes down. And in our own case, like Israel and Hall, we don't have any place to put students as they are coming. They have to come and we find a way, just take some documents from them, okay, move in your load and come back and complete your registration process. Because if you stay them outside, if there is rain, it will beat them. If there is sun, it will beat them. So in that area, they normally pile up pressure on the staff of religion. We have discussed with all our masters. What we are waiting for is allocation of our hall allocation, so that together with that, those of the students, we can put up a shelter by the green area side, so that these students can always relax there when accommodation is going on. But in terms of the keeping up of light and all that, students know that it is not within your power to restore light when there is a general light out.
Hello, sir. That's good, sir. I can use my mouth. Put it on. Hello, sir. That's good, sir. That's my home, my heads, HOs, and other portals. Sir, this is my question, sir. Number one, on the issue of the HMC, at least 2 portals, all hands are not equal. SALAAM. Please, at least 2 portals should be around the HMC meeting. Òṣàtàbá ṣe tí a bá fi lọ́wọ́dé lọ́wọ́ àkàrọ̀ ní sábàbá ọmọdé dàgbà o. 2, sir, SALAAM, Dr. Today, sir, on the issue of our overtime, that 20 hours. Last week I was in the bus stop there, a security man. I was today, I just started about Professor Malala, also from Nigeria, with work of juniors who work for us for carrying 20 hours. Who are the important and still working overnight. Let you know that 4 p.m. they go to their home. What they need to the electrical duties, they do, they stay. Who are the ones still overnight there? At times, my last born, I don't even recognize him or her. What do you like here? Please, we want more overtime for portals. 20 hours is not, it's immediate, it's too small. Security there and portals, they are almost the same thing. Go to UNILAG, portals there where you from also. But security guys here go to work, all these for my friends are made. That's still about 30K, $30,000 per month for overtime for quick portage. Still using 5% by boundaries. Please, I know you work towards it as well. Dr. Aniko is there, Kabezi is there also. The one of
How do you show?
Sir, Oga Bisa, the main water. After this time, yes, I'm doing otherwise. Why is that? People who are in Catholic are even more enjoying than us. The one who the Catholic not much after this time, going to that, not bring any trouble. They are only far. Because I tell you, I can't post a Facebook or actually in life.
Thank you.
We work. Because first time, I've been paying more
Okay, thank you. All your comments, hello, all your comments will take you note of them. All right. More importantly, in fact, the presenter being an hostel staff answered the number one question. I wasn't too satisfied with that answer. Because the presenter, the maybe I should have. It has to do with the leadership of that hostel. When you talk of hostel manager, I don't see any reason. I'm an hostel staff or master. When I go to Jaja, as a master, this one will join me. The all working will join me. Then the porters will join me. They are the one managing this. They are the one managing the place. Don't say that because this is the way they have been doing it, and you now do or follow. There are ways of redefining. But the way someone might have been doing it, you not be the right way. So I don't say anything. They are the one managing that place. In terms of security, in terms of mention anybody's name in that place, they will tell you this person is a so. If they are danger, people during the SALAAM, they are the one managing the place. So we should, well, maybe when we have meetings with the all what do you call them? The all working, the all masters, there are information that many people know that we need to let them. So that would have answered what you have said. Every other comment that we put across, we are aware of it. So don't set to them. So I will say that we will not take much of our time because we want to encourage ourselves. It will not be 9 to say 7 and 10 o'clock. Some will not come by 10, some will come by 10:30. We want to do it in such a way that seminar, okay, talk this seminar, 1 hour. The presenter presents for about 30 to 40 minutes. Then we have questions, comments, and all kinds of. Within 1 hour, between the meeting, so that we can go back to our respective rooms and do our work. I got an information that over 1 hour, you know, office of the DSC, there is no rest in that place. All kinds of cases, all kinds of activation and the rest of them. They are waiting for us. So it's not they will come and spend 2 hours and be wasting most of us. Most of these questions you ask, the last presenter, the last session, some of those questions have been asked. We are working on them and you will start seeing results. So once you have asked questions, there is no need, we are working on them. And the kind of thought you should be given are problems. When you say professor or the academic certificate, seminar or conference, a problem that they see, that they come up with. So if you see any problem in your own test, come and make a talk on this. You want to learn, you want to learn and work on those problems. I like those problems that they are great, and some of the comments we are going to work on them. I will say that the chairman, sir, yes, it's your turn. You are not the chairman. It's your turn to respond to what we are taking your work, and we are so sorry, sir, because we are doing the work of the chairman who has to moderate the presentation and all kinds of questions. It's your time to make presentation. The presentation, I know many of us will think, what are they giving? It's a way, when we package every $1,000 for all what we have said, it's not even enough. Some of us, when they invite us to come and give a talk, we will package them to you and give it to us. But most times, I don't take it. Try with grammar, I won't take it. Alright, it's part of my own contribution. So it's part of their own contribution to us, and we have learned from them. So the best for us to do is to say thank you. And the DSA is aware of what we are doing. And I'm very sure that when it's far less busy, we're going to work out something with us. And then we will compensate and appreciate those that are doing for us. Having said that, Chairman, sir, this is something that I want to give to the man that I did for this morning. You welcome to do. Before I
nylon.
I want to give thanks to the DSC Manager organizing this program because they enable us to know what is happening in the hostel and then to inform them our students and also to see how they can find solution that they also to have so many issues more than them is how we can resolve some. So on behalf of DSC office and present this award.
Let's
Oh, jangan potong. Jangan potong. Wah, jauh. Iya banyak. Yo, best of wọ́n ti gba tọ̀gárẹ́tẹ̀ kan náà.
Don't find that. I see this guy
As we come to the end of this enlightening seminar, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the participants, speakers, and organizers for making this event a success. Thank you for all the
Thank you.
time.
Thank you.